Boom. All right, bet. So in this one, it's going to be a little bit different. I don't really usually do live streams like this, especially to YouTube. I've streamed on Twitch and stuff before, but first time streaming on YouTube. And today we're actually just going to be building a voice AI assistant, right? We're going to be building an appointment setting AI assistant that can run autonomously. You don't have to actually do anything apart from creating a campaign, having all the leads that you want it to contact, and then it will go out, call those leads, nurture them, and then book them on the calendar, right? So first and foremost, let us switch to the other screen. So, boom. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be using air.ai. So I have let me go back. I have a sample appointment setting one that I'll show you guys an example of how it works right now. This is just a sample. Like I said, we're going to be building a completely new one today. But this one is just pretty simple. It starts off, hey, prospect name, and then it talks about, introduces itself, and then says that, do you want to hear more about our appointment setting customer service AI? Great to hear, you're still interested, and then it'll just go down, right? The no paths aren't configured yet. We're going to be building that in the one that we create today. But yeah, so as an example, let's just go ahead and I'm going to click talk to your agent, and then it's just going to come up with the name, number, and then it's just going to call my phone. So let me switch over. I'm not trying to leak my information. All right, so now it's calling.
Hey, Daniel.
Hey, how are you?
Hey there. It's Alex with Black Cloud AI. I'm calling because you opted in to hear more about our appointment setting customer service AI assistant. How's it going?
It's going pretty well. It's going pretty well. How are you doing?
Okay. That's great to hear. Are you still interested in getting this set up in your business?
Yeah, 100%.
Perfect. So I'll just need to ask you a few questions before we continue. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Okay, great. So how are you currently setting appointments?
So currently, the way that we set appointments is people would call into my phone or send us an email, and then we would just confirm either via phone or via email.
I see. And how are you currently handling customer inquiries?
The exact same way.
Got it. What interests you about using an AI assistant?
I think it will help us out tremendously. I think automating is a great way for businesses to, scale and move forward and even save money and streamline their business. So I think AI would help us out tremendously.
That makes a lot of sense. It sounds like you're a perfect fit. Let me book you on a call with our team. What time would work best for you on Tuesday, June 18th at 1:40 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, or Wednesday, June 19th at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time?
I'll say Wednesday works better for me.
Great choice. You're all set for Wednesday, June 19th at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. You should receive an email with the appointment confirmation. Can you do me a favor and just accept the invite to confirm you're coming? That would be great.
Yep, I can do that.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
There we go. So that was just a quick example of what we're going to be building today. So it's a pretty rudimentary one. There's still some things in this sample one that I didn't fix, but that's fine. That's completely fine. All right. Don't know what's going on. All right, bet. So what we're going to be doing today is, like I said, we're going to be creating this AI appointment setting solution. And in that phone call that you just heard, you heard that it was qualifying me, basically. It was asking me a few questions to make sure that I'm the right fit for the specific offer that it's creating, right? Or the specific offer that that this business is selling. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using ChatGPT to actually come up with the qualifying questions that we're going to be asking. So we're going to for this simulation, this is something that we're going to be trying to sell to customers, right? So we are going to try to sell them an appointment setting and customer inquiry bot. So the offer has to be just that, an appointment setting bot. And like I said, we're going to be using ChatGPT to come up with some questions and to qualify the offer, to qualify the user, and then if they do qualify for everything, if they answer all the questions ideally, then you will go ahead and then book them on a call, right? So just to start off, to first connect everything before we even hop in ChatGPT, we're going to just be making sure that everything is already connected on your end, on the back end. So you could come up to this little profile icon up here and then come down to integrations. And then you would just enter your information here, right? So you would enter your cal.com API key along with the event type, right? So these are just generic things for right now. These aren't actually the live ones that we're using. These are just test ones for right now, but you would, if you're doing this, you would go ahead and enter the calendar that you want to actually use, right? To set the appointments on, and then the actual event type that you wanted to be using. So again, these aren't our actual ones. This is just for this example, but you would want to go and get your API key and then put it in here, and then the event type ID. I'm not going to go through that now just because that's kind of a waste of time. But it's super simple. It's not that hard. These things, you can click this and then it'll walk you through exactly how to do it. It's not that hard. So without further ado, let's ask ChatGPT to come up and create our the questions that we're going to be using. So actually, what I'm going to be using, I'm going to use GPT 4.0. So if you guys haven't used it, I highly recommend it. It's actually phenomenal. You can kind of just talk to ChatGPT as if it was a regular person. So yeah, so here it's already started. Let me restart because I don't want it to capture this information that I'm saying right now. But let me pull up a generic prompt that I want to say to it. Okay. Hey ChatGPT, so I need you to act as an expert in appointment setting for high ticket offers. So the offer is going to be an appointment setting / customer service bot that we're going to be selling to our customers, and the bot that you are acting as an expert in is going to be is going to set appointments on the calendar. That way we can sell the appointment setting / customer service solution. What I need you to do is to come up with a list of 2 to 5 questions that I can use to qualify this business owner. And then if they do qualify and answer all the questions in the correct manner, then we will book them on the calendar.
Sure, Daniel. Here are a few questions you can use to qualify business owners for your appointment setting customer service bot. 1. Can you tell me about your current appointment scheduling process and any challenges you're facing with it? 2. How many appointments do you typically schedule per week, and do you have dedicated staff handling this task? 3. Are you currently using any software or tools for customer service and appointment setting? If so, what are they? 4. What impact do scheduling conflicts or missed appointments have on your business operations and client satisfaction? 5. Would you be interested in a solution that could automate your appointment setting and customer service tasks, potentially saving you time and improving efficiency? If the business owner responds positively and demonstrates a need for an automated solution, you can then proceed to book them on the calendar for a demo or further discussion.
Okay. And then you can see it also has the transcript here as well. So let me just pull it up on the computer so you guys can see it. So here you can see that we have this is what I said. Hey ChatGPT, so I need you to act as an expert in blah 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 blah. And then it came up with the questions, right? So these are the 5 questions it came up with. I'm sure you guys just heard it, but it said, the first one, can you tell me about your current appointment scheduling process and any challenges you're facing with it? How many appointments do you typically schedule per week, and do you have dedicated staff handling this? Are you currently using any software or tools for customer service and appointment setting? If so, what are they? What impact do scheduling conflicts or missed appointments have on your business operations and client satisfaction? And would you be interested in a solution that could automate your appointment setting and customer service tasks, potentially saving you time and improving efficiency? Right? So these are the 5 questions that we're going to be using to build this solution. So let's hop right back into Air.ai. So Air.ai is actually great. One of the things that I love about it is it records every single. Damn. Well, hold on. Let me go ahead and balloon blur. Alright, never mind. We're not going to do that. Never mind. But so Loom actually has all the recordings. So if I were to go to the recordings panel right now, you would see that it has the prospect's name, their phone number, and then it would have the recording of the transcript, so you can listen to the callback, and then you could also have meeting notes, so you can see exactly what was said throughout it. Let me pull that up actually. So recordings. Let me copy it and then put it on this page. So these are the transcripts from the call that I just had with it. Right, it says prospect's name, prospect's interested in the AI solution, hyper-specific and relevant details about the prospect's goals. Prospect believes using an AI system will help their business tremendously. Prospect sees automation as a way to scale and streamline their business. We didn't mention anything about specific pain points or problems. We will in the bot that we're about to create. Didn't mention anything about any objections. We will with the bot that we're about to create, and the details about the prospect's financial qualifications. So we didn't talk about that wasn't one of the questions in the original bot. So that one's fine. And then relevant keywords, quotes from the prospect to vividly illustrate their goals, pains, objections, and qualifications. I think it will help us tremendously. I think I think it'll the I think that automation is a great way for the business to know scale and move forward. It's not perfect. It's not perfect, obviously, but it's better than nothing. Two, I'll say Wednesday works better for me. Yep, I can do that. Note, the prospect did not mention any specific numbers or figures during this call. So it does actually have, you can see it does take decent notes. It could be better, but it's also in how we ask, what questions that we ask for the notes to take, right? So let's actually hop into actually building this agent. New agent, YT appointment setting, and I'll create it, and then it comes up with this generic template, right? So then it starts with, hey, prospect name, I'm sure I'll keep it John with Air.ai. I'm calling because you opted in to hear more about our appointment setting / customer service assistant. How's it going? And then you would wait for so there's a line, and then in this gap is where it waits for a response from the user, right? So it'll say, hey, prospect, or in my case it says, hey, Daniel, and then it would wait for me to say something, and then it would keep going on the conversation, right? So every single one of these gaps, it's just waiting for a user to say something. Great to hear. Are you still interested in getting this set up in your business? If they say yes, then you will go down this track. If they say no, then it will go down this track, right? So it picks up on intents, like the intention of the user. So if it says, so if you come here, you can kind of see if the human says they're still interested, it'll automatically pick up on that intent and then go down this path. If the human says that they're uninterested, then they'll go down the other path, right? So if they're interested, then we want to start asking them questions. But before we start asking them questions, we should ask them, we should just preface it and set their expectations and say, hey, okay, great. I'll need to ask you some questions before questions first. Is that all right? And then again, if the human says yes, do one thing. If the human says no, do something else, right? So if they say yes, then we want to start asking our questions. I'll say perfect. And then what is our first question? Oh, sorry. Yeah, our first question is here. Can you tell me about your current appointment scheduling process, and any challenges you're facing with it? Then they would break and let them talk. Second question. Third question. Here's the fourth. And then the last question. right? So here we have our 5 questions. So if the user says no, that they it's not all right that we ask them questions, at this point we would want to end the call. So say, I see. Fortunately, or well, we can try to re-engage them one more time. I see. Unfortunately, the questions are necessary to move forward. Are you sure? Do you have a minute to answer the questions? If the human says yes, says no, right? So if the user says yes, then connect it to that track. If the user says no, say, all right, it was great speaking with you today. It was great speaking with you. Have a wonderful day. And then on this one, you want to add an action and end the call. So it will end, well, 1, 2, yeah, this, oh. Yeah, after this line, the call will end. So everything's connected correctly. Let me just check on something over here real quick. Yeah, I'm good. So just keep, so that's fine. And then we would say something like, okay, from the answers you've provided me today, it seems like you'd be a great fit. The next step would be to get you on a quick 30-minute call. One of our team members. And then we'll wait for them to respond positively, I assume. And then we would come and ask them what time work. What time slot works best for you this week? Calendar time slot or calendar time slot. So it'll go through and automatically, the AI will automatically go through your calendar and then come up with 2 separate time slots and then ask the user whichever one is better, right? So that's why we had to set up the calendar integration originally when we first set up, like before we even started creating the agent. That way, when you're in the agent, you can just ask it, time slot or time slot. It'll automatically go through and find free slots on your calendar, and then it'll ask the user which one they prefer. Whichever one they prefer, they'll go ahead and then they'll book them. Okay, let me zoom out a little bit. Sounds good. Sounds good. You're all set. You should be receiving an email with the meeting details. Can you make sure to, can you do me a favor and accept the invite? And then the user will likely respond positively to that and then say, thank you, have a great day. Boom. All right. So if you look at the entire conversation that we've just created, you can see that it starts off, hey, I'm John with Air AI. I'm calling because you opted in to hear more about our appointment setting customer service solution, blah, blah, blah. Great to hear. And then the user will say something, great to hear. Are you still interested in getting this set up in your business? If they say yes, it'll go down this track. If they say no, they'll go down this track. We haven't done anything over here yet, but we will. As of right now, it'll go down this track. If they say yes, it'll be great. Do you have a few, I'll need to ask you a couple questions first. Is that all right? They say yes. It'll ask all the questions, and then it'll say, from the answers you provided, sounds like you'd be a great fit. The next step would be to get on a call. Then you would ask which time slot works best. Then the user would, tell you which time slot works best for them in their schedule. And then you would, it would automatically schedule the appointment on the calendar, and then sounds good, have a great day. And then here it should actually end the call as well. And then it might mess everything up. Yeah, as usual, which is weird. That's a glitch that Air AI has. Not sure if the team is aware of it or not, but I know I said I'm going to try to do this in 30 minutes or less, but we're coming up to 30 minutes, and we're not done yet, so. All right, perfect. And then if they're not interested. So let's go back to ChatGPT and see if we can come up with. So I need you to come up with words for the AI assistant to say if the person says that they are, or if the user says that they're not interested in setting this up in their business. I need you to come up with some objection handling that can try to get them interested and over to the point where we can ask them our questions.
Absolutely, Daniel. Here are some objection handling responses for the AI assistant. 1, if the user says they are not interested. I understand implementing new solutions can be a big step. May I ask, what is your current process for handling appointment scheduling and customer service? Sometimes understanding your existing process helps us see if there might be areas we can improve or make your life a bit easier. 2.
Yeah, so you can see that this is what ChatGPT just came up with. So I'm just gonna go with this first one because it's not bad. I understand implementing new solutions can be a big step. May I ask what your current thing is? And then it will continue. I think this is a pretty good objection handle. I'm not a salesman by any means of the word. I'm not a great salesman, but from what I do know, understanding, like, one of the basic tenets of sales is always agreeing, not trying to be combative with them, right? So you're saying, yeah, I agree, I understand what you're saying. Implementing new solutions can be tough, and I completely understand that. But then it still actually goes into the first question, and then just tries to flip it that way, right? I think that's pretty good. If the user, they are, no, if the user answers the question, and then if the user still uninterested. Damn it, I didn't. Is still uninterested. Add. All right. So if they answer the question, send them here because they've asked the first question in this one. If they're still uninterested, I'll just end the phone call. All right, it was great speaking with you. Then have a wonderful day. So is that it? Let me see. I think that's it. All right, so what I'm going to do now, again, is just test it out and see what we see. I'm going to, so for this first test, I'm going to go through and try to go down the uninterested track and then see what happens there. See how it handles it. So let me save this and then talk to the agent. So it's calling.
Hey, Daniel.
Hey, who's this?
Hey there. It's John with Air AI. I'm calling because you opted in to hear more about our appointment setting customer service assistant. How's it going?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Are you still interested in getting this set up in your business?
After thinking about it, I'm not sure if I'm that interested anymore.
I see. I understand implementing new solutions can be a big step. May I ask, what is your current process for handling appointment scheduling and customer service? Sometimes understanding your existing process helps us see if there might be areas we can improve or make your life a bit easier.
Well, the way that we currently handle appointment setting and customer service is it's all manual. We have an entire team dedicated to appointment setting and customer service.
Got it. Thanks for sharing that. How many appointments do you typically schedule per week? And do you have dedicated staff handling this task?
Yeah, so we have we schedule between 3 and 7 meetings per week, and we do have dedicated staff.
Gotcha. So it sounds like you schedule between 3 and 7 meetings per week with dedicated staff, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Are you currently using any software or tools for customer service and appointment setting? If so, what are they?
We have Calendly that we use for appointment setting, and then email. Customer service is just email.
Thanks for sharing that. What impact do scheduling conflicts or missed appointments have on your business operations and client satisfaction?
Yeah, missed appointments is kind of it hinders our business a lot because we're a service-based business, so all of we only make our money if we can provide the service, and if people miss their appointments, then we don't make money.
I completely understand how missed appointments can impact your business, especially as a service-based company. Would you be interested in a solution that could automate your appointment setting and customer service tasks, potentially saving you time and improving efficiency?
Well, I mean, yeah, if it can help, yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, if it can help.
Okay, from the answers you provide. Okay. Okay, from the answers you've provided me today, it seems like you'd be a great fit. The next step would be to get you on a quick 30-minute call with one of our team members. What time slot works best for you this week, Monday, June 17th at 4:20 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, or Tuesday, June 18th at 10:20 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time?
I'm sorry, could you repeat those times?
Of course. What time slot works best for you this week, Monday, June 17th at 4:20 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, or Tuesday, June 18th at 10:20 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time?
I'll say Tuesday. Tuesday works better for me.
Great choice. Tuesday, June 18th at 10:20 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time it is. You're all set. You should be receiving an email with the meeting details. Can you do me a favor and accept the invite?
Yep, I can do that.
Thank you for confirming. Have a great day.
Yep, you as well. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
So that actually worked pretty great. Better than I thought it would, actually. And one of the things that I like about it the most is, you guys can see all of the script that we actually programmed into it. The thing that I like the most is the fact that it can kind of freestyle and keep it more conversational, right? So there were times where it just said, yeah, thanks for sharing that, and it would repeat back exactly what I just said, or kind of sum up what I just said, the gist of what I said, and it keeps it more conversational so that it seems as though I'm talking to a person, and that it understands exactly what I'm trying to say, right? So that is about it. From scratch, we used ChatGPT to come up with our questions and our objection handling, and then we created this very, very quick appointment setting AI solution. It wasn't that difficult, as you guys saw. It's pretty easy, and it was all without coding, right? So yeah, that's about it for the stream today. Thanks for tuning in, those who did. And yeah, if you guys are interested in a solution like this, setting this up in your business, leave a comment down below or get into contact with me. My email is in the description. Anybody interested in learning more about AI and how to build tools like this and stuff like that and getting into the AI industry, definitely join my AI entrepreneurship community on Skool. We have a bunch of entrepreneurs in there who are trying to learn more about AI, maybe start an AI agency, or just use AI to help you be more productive in your day-to-day life, right? So yeah, without further ado, thanks for tuning in, everybody, and I'll see you guys in the next one.